Is anybody going to be on a regular basis working today?
No, nope, this should be okay. Good morning.
Good morning.
Testing.
I can hear you.
Testing.
Can you just point out the ones that don't work?
They all work.
They do? I thought there was one.
No, but I made it to your copy.
Okay.
You have the best bus ever going.
Do they lock or no?
I don't think that, oh, they will lock unless somebody swipes in with their badge.
Well, okay.
So I guess not permanently, no.
You all set?
So there's the pledge, and then it's just the pledge.
Circle relay. To get a TV to walk back to my house, to walk to high school, the rest of the night, to walk back to high school, to walk back to my house.
If you don't mind, or it's gonna go to first grade classes right here. So if you want Thank you. All the way down, Miss Em. Go ahead, Hannah. Speak up with your name. Yep, all the way down then. All the way. Yeah. No, you're good. Currently right here. No, perfect. I think you're good. And the second, first grade would be right here. Sadly, where is that? Brittany, stop right there. The next seat, buddy. And then Tucker, come through here. And perfect. Here. Right there.
Class, class. Good morning, Palmer Elementary. Good morning. I am Whitney Freege, and I am the very proud principal of Palmer Elementary School. I would like to welcome all of our students, all of our staff, our parents, families, and friends to our Q2 Black Knight recognition ceremony. We are so excited that you all were able to come out on this very chilly day to celebrate with us and all of the achievements of our friends here at school. Before we continue with our assembly, I would like to ask our student council representatives to come up and lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you very much. So, as I said, we are so excited to have such a respectful audience here today to celebrate the accomplishments of all of our classmates and friends. Please remember your audience behavior today, okay? So remember your bottom should be on your chair, your back should be against the back of your chair, sitting up nice and tall, our mouths are quiet, and we're applauding respectfully when it's our turn to tell our friends congratulations, okay? I love the way you came in so respectfully this morning. We are going to start this morning by recognizing students that received an attendance award for the second quarter. These students have made every day count by being here at school, prepared and ready to learn each day. Students that have missed only 2 days of school received a bronze award. Those that missed only one day of school received our silver award, and those that missed no days of school at all, which is really hard to do, especially this winter, received a gold award. So if you received an attendance award yesterday from Mrs. Trito and myself, would you please stand up so we can give you a big round of applause? Nice job. Go ahead and take a seat, okay? Remember, it's really important that you grow your brains and do your best by being here each day when you're healthy and you're feeling well. So we look forward to celebrating more of you next quarter. Before we move on to honor those that have upheld our character traits today, though, I have a special grown-up that I want to recognize today. So I want to take a minute to show some appreciation, which was one of our character trait words this month, for someone who's really, really important here at our school. So next week is National School Counselor Appreciation Week. And so all of you know Mrs. Trito, right? Isn't she the best? So Mrs. Trito, on behalf of Palmer Elementary School, I want to thank you for making sure that our students and our staff feel supported and that we have the strategies and the tools that we need to help us be successful learners, classmates, and friends. Can we give Mrs. Trito a big round of applause? So we have a lot of awards to give out today, and we are going to ask that you hold your applause as our friends come up. I'm going to read all of the incredible things that your teacher said about you, and then we'll applaud for everybody all together, okay? Okay, so let's get started, and we're going to start with our first grade friends. So, Trinity Steckel is being recognized by Mrs. Kinter for appreciation. And when I call your name, you can walk right up here to the front and stand right here on our risers, okay? Trinity always says thank you and appreciates whenever someone does something for her. She helps out her classmates, is polite to her classmates. Awesome job, Trinity. Logan Felker. Mrs. Kinter is recognizing Logan for growth mindset. Logan is a hard worker who does not give up. He always puts 100% effort and tries his hardest to accomplish his goals. He has opened up more in the classroom. Great work, Logan. Mrs. Dayton would like to recognize Corbin Merrill for appreciation. Corbin is always so joyful, models noble knight behavior, and puts 110% effort into his learning. He appreciates everything and everyone around him. Last week, after our math fluency warm-up, he said, "That was so fun. Can we do it again tomorrow?" Corbin, you make us smile every day. And Mrs. Dayton would also like to recognize Emma Spittle for growth mindset. Emma is a vivacious learner who has grown so much in her patience. It is easy to be frustrated with transition when you put so much effort into completing work neatly, but Emma has grown so much in grace, perseverance, and patient understanding. You can always go back and finish later. We appreciate you, Emma. Let's give our first graders a round of applause. Nice big smiles. Okay, now we're going to move on and recognize our kindergarten friends. So the first person that Mrs. Beatty would like to recognize is Tegan Likens for appreciation. Tegan shows appreciation towards learning, her classmates, and teachers daily. She will often be the first student to express gratitude for learning a new game or having fun time with classmates. Way to be a leader, Tegan. Mrs. Beatty would also like to recognize Aaron Morales Gordon for appreciation. Last week during morning meeting check-in, Aaron said he felt excited. When asked about it, he responded, "I'm excited to see my friends. Every day we learn new things. I'm just excited to be at school." Aaron truly appreciates his friends and his learning environment all day, every day. Keep being you, Aaron. Next, Mrs. Stolarczyk would like to recognize Ariana Netza for growth mindset. Ariana demonstrates a growth mindset by facing challenges with optimism and curiosity. When a setback occurs, Ariana is quick to take advice and try again. Keep it up, Ariana. And finally, Mrs. Stolarczyk would like to recognize Oren Crum for appreciation. Oren consistently demonstrates appreciation for others. He takes the time to make eye contact when speaking to others and always says please and thank you. Thank you, Oren, for always being kind. Nice big round of applause for our kindergartners. Nice job. Okay, so now we are ready to recognize our UPK friends. We have two classmates from Miss Andrews' class being recognized today. The first one is Roman Regal for appreciation. Roman shows appreciation each day in pre-K by using his manners. He is very polite and kind to all of his classmates. Roman is a true role model. Way to go, Roman. And next, Mrs. Andrews would like to recognize Harper Derrick for growth mindset. Harper loves to learn. She enjoys any new task she is given. Harper will happily do her job and help anyone else in need. Keep up that positive attitude, Harper. You shine brightly. Nice big smile. Nice job. Big round of applause for our UPK friends. Okay, so now we have a couple of special area recognitions that we're going to give out. So our first special area recognition is recognized by Mr. Potenza. Hunter Hoyt for appreciation. Hunter is always working his hardest in PE. He sets a great example for others and has a great attitude every day. Quinn Newman for appreciation by Miss Saracino. I can always count on Quinn to be a role model to her classmates in art. She is a fantastic example of a hard-working artist. Next, Mr. Branyan in music would like to recognize Carter Hagan for growth mindset. Carter always displays an interest in music class. He takes pride in the work that he does. I am always happy to see Carter making progress as a student and as a musician. Well done and much deserved, Carter. Next, Mrs. Stevens would like to recognize Aiden Pfister for appreciation. Aiden is always saying thank you for math slides that have been created for his class. He is always thankful and finds time to thank me for creating materials. Okay, we have another recognition for Carter Hagan from Mr. Thompson for growth mindset. He says Carter has done a great job in coding this quarter. Next, Mr. Marcotte would like to recognize Gemma Sukamp for growth mindset. Gemma is a young engineer who remakes her designs until they work properly. Next, Mr. Marcotte would also like to recognize Parker Noyd for growth mindset. Oh, she's not here today. Well, I'm going to read what Mr. Marcotte said about her anyway, okay? He said that Parker is a young engineer who remakes her designs until they work. All right, can we give a nice big round of applause for our special area course? congratulations. You can find your seat. The next two awards that we have to give out are really important awards because these are students who have done their best job, not only here in school, but on the school bus. And we talk a lot about how important it is to follow the expectations and be safe riders on the school bus, right? So these two students that we're going to recognize today have done their best job at not only following the expectations on the bus, but they have been so safe making sure that they and each of you get home and to school safely. So the first person that we would like to recognize for safe bus behavior is Gavin Frazier. And our second bus recognition for being safe on the bus goes to Parker Noyd. And she's not here again. So congratulations to Parker. And Gavin, you want to smile big so we can get your picture? Good job, buddy. You can go back to your seat, okay? Big round of applause for Gavin. So that concludes our Q2 Black Knight recognition ceremony. We want to thank all of our family and friends that came out today to join us and for being here and for all of your support at home. Thank you to all of you for being such respectful audience members here today and applauding and celebrating your friends and their hard work. And we hope to see so many more of you up here next time. So keep up all the good work that you're doing in your classrooms and on the bus and in the hallway and everywhere you go here at Palmer, okay? I'm going to have our UPK students dismiss first, and then we'll do kindergarten and then first grade. Family and friends, we would just ask that you stay seated until the kids get a chance to go out, and then you can make your way out the same entrance that you came in this morning. Thanks again for being here.
Oh, sorry.
That was 8 years ago. That was when I was getting into You've seen my new picture on those posters.
It's cute. No, it's not. I just threw it up. I'm not putting it today. I get it to go home and do that. I did have a day this weekend, but now
I didn't have like more contact.
I have I was going to be going to my friend's grandmother's house, but I can't do that.
I like to leave it. I think that's I'm trying to. Oh, I'm so Liam, start in this row. Right there. Should be classic. Starting here and then fill it. Nope. Wait a second. Yeah, me for a second. Wait for a second. Wait. Keep our order. Leia, come back around here, please. Hold on. Okay, go ahead. Next person. No, we're not skipping chairs. Not skipping chairs. Leia, stand up and scooch over. Stand up and scooch over. Stand up and scooch over. Right down, Mrs. Right. Okay. I'm not here. I'm not here. Right down here. I'm going to sit right next to you. I don't know what to tell you, honey. We're gonna see what happens. What's he trying to do? Watch again. Remember, we're not going to help us now with Yeah, you don't sit on them when they're closing.
Class. Good morning, Palmer Elementary. Thank you for your respect in coming in so quickly and quietly today. Good morning and welcome to our families, friends, and parents that are here today. We appreciate you coming out on this very chilly day to celebrate with us all of the work of our students here for quarter two. Before we continue, I would like to invite our student council representatives up to lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance. Student council representatives to lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance. stand for the Pledge of Allegiance? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay, so we would like to start by first recognizing any students that received an attendance award for the second quarter. So these students made every day count by coming to school every day prepared and ready to learn. So here at Palmer, students that only missed 2 days of school, they receive our bronze award. Missing 1 day of school for the quarter, they receive a silver award. And then if they've had perfect attendance, they receive a gold award, which given this winter has been really challenging. So if anybody received an attendance award yesterday from Mrs. Trito and myself, would you stand so that we can acknowledge you and give you a round of applause? All right, excellent job. You can take a seat. So the next part of our ceremony, we are going to be recognizing students that have upheld our character traits for the months of December and January. And so those character traits are growth mindset, which we talk a lot about here at school, and appreciation. Before we proceed, I would like to take a minute to recognize someone here at our school that is really important. Next week is National School Counselors Week. And I would like to take a minute to recognize Mrs. Trito. So can we give her a nice big round of applause? On behalf of all of us here at Palmer, I really want to sincerely thank you for making sure that our students and our staff have the strategies and tools that we need to be successful learners, classmates, and friends. We have a lot of awards to give out today, so if your name is called, you're going to come walk up the aisle. You're going to stand up here on the riser so that we can see your faces. Hold your certificate, and I will read all of the incredible things that your teacher said about you. I would ask that you hold your applause, so we're not going to clap until all of our classmates get up here. We've heard all of the things that we have to say about them, and then we'll give everyone a round of applause and take a nice group picture. Okay? All right, let's get started. So we will start with our 5th grade nominations. Ryan Van Zant is nominated by Mrs. Lang for growth mindset. Ryan has embraced all of the learning that has come his way in 5th grade, especially morphology. Every time we dive into a new word and its parts and meanings, Ryan becomes super excited and has a look of wonder on his face when we figure out what it means. Kendall Almy is being recognized for growth mindset. Kendall strives to make herself better every minute of every day. Even when things are tough for Kendall, she doesn't let it get her down, and she knows that she just hasn't gotten it yet. Mrs. DeMarco would like to recognize Emily Maurer for growth mindset. Emily strives for learning. She is aware of when things get hard for her. She problem solves and figures it out. It is more often than not that Emily asks to do more work and maybe even extend her learning at home. This shows that she wants to grow. And finally, Mrs. DeMarco would like to recognize Carter Hillier, who I don't believe is here today. So I'm just going to read some of the things that Mrs. DeMarco said about him. Carter has shown so much growth just by being here at school. It has made a huge impact on his learning. He has grown as a reader and has shown effort when he participates during lessons. It is something special to watch Carter grow and learn. Let's give a nice big round of applause for all of our 5th graders. Nice job. Okay, so now we are going to move on to our 4th graders. First, we would like to recognize Charlotte Steckel for growth mindset. Charlotte tackles any task given to her with her very best effort. When something is hard, she works with a smile and even asks for more practice. It It is amazing to see her grow each day. Next, Mrs. Mary Williams would like to recognize Jayton Dayton for growth mindset. Jayton takes pride in his learning every day. He works diligently throughout each lesson. When Jayton needs to fix something up, he shakes his head and with a positive nod gets it right. Keep it up, Jayton. Next, Mrs. Vanderwerf would like to recognize Olivia Hands for growth mindset. Olivia has been working so hard on math word problems, really paying attention to what is happening in a problem to help her decide how to tackle each question. I am so proud of her efforts. And next, Garrett Zubran, who is also not here today. So I will read what Mrs. Vanderwerf said about him anyway. Garrett has made such an amazing effort to come to school. He shows his growth mindset by completing any task he is given, even if that means finishing on his own time. Garrett, you are really growing as a student. Nice big round of applause for our Nice work. You guys can head back to your seats. Thank you. Okay, next up in our recognition is our third grade. Mrs. Whiting is recognizing Hannah Dixon for appreciation. Hannah is one of the most thoughtful and considerate young ladies I have had the pleasure to know. She shows appreciation every day to her teachers and classmates through her kind words and actions. Colton Akshar for growth mindset. Colton has really hit his stride this quarter. Colton is willing to take on challenging tasks and doesn't give up when things don't go right the first time. Instead, he tries a new approach until he succeeds. Kale Conklin Maycumber for growth mindset. Mrs. Briga says that whatever the challenge, Kale is up for it. Kale seeks out opportunities to learn and to grow each day, even if he does not know the answer on the first try. He will use his problem-solving skills until he figures it out. Kieran Capalupo for appreciation. Mrs. Briga says that Kieran shows appreciation each day by using his manners and being polite to everyone he meets. He is always considerate of others' feelings and wants to make sure everybody feels included. Nice big round of applause for our third grade. All right. Next up, we have our second grade nominees. So I am going to start by recognizing Charlotte Monroe for appreciation. Mrs. Leach says that Charlotte is always showing appreciation to myself and her peers. She always uses her manners and shows she is grateful with her kind words. Kaylee T for growth mindset. Kaylee gives everything her all and works with determination. When she is presented with a challenge, she stays positive and rises to the challenge until it is accomplished. Chloe Drake for appreciation. Chloe is always helping others. She is always good to her peers. I enjoy how polite she is to her classmates. And Leah Gagnon for growth mindset. Leah works very hard in school. She is very determined to do well in class. She is always positive and happy and is such a good role model for her classmates. Big round of applause for our second graders. So next up, we have some special area recognition from special area teachers. So I am going to start with Mr. Potenza, and he is recognizing Kaylee Teed for appreciation. Kaylee is always working her hardest in PE. She sets a great example for others and has a great attitude every day. Mr. Potenza would also like to recognize Deacon Sherman for appreciation. Deacon is always working his hardest in PE. He sets a great example for others and has a great attitude every day in class. Ms. Saraceno would like to recognize Amelia Erlenbach for appreciation. Amelia is a fabulous little artist. She loves art class and just creating. I appreciate her hard work and unique way of always making art. Mr. Branyan would like to recognize Miles Torres for growth mindset. Miles has been a very conscientious student in both music class and in his band lessons. Miles strives to do his best and his effort never goes unnoticed. He is consistently showing improvement in his abilities as a musician, and his hard work and dedication is admirable. Mrs. Murphy would like to recognize Caden Howell for growth mindset and appreciation. Caden is a kind, appreciative, and determined student. You will always see his big smile and hear him say thank you to express his gratitude. Caden has been working hard each day to make personal gains as he becomes a stronger leader. He is always ready to take on a challenge. Mrs. Abdullah would like to recognize Cole Almy for growth mindset. Cole is extremely positive and hardworking during our reading time. He knows what to do with hard work and that he can do hard things. He never gives up, and I am so proud of him. Ms. Hendricks would like to recognize Clara Harvey for growth mindset. Clara has grown as a mathematician and does her best to understand the material we are working on. She has a great attitude and works very hard. All right, nice big round of applause. Oh wait, no, we have STEM. Okay, we have more. So next up, we would like to recognize Isaac Oliver for growth mindset. Mrs. Calavoda says that Isaac has a lot of background knowledge about our science topics. He is eager to apply what he knows to new situations and continue to learn and grow as a scientist. Mrs. Calavoda would like to recognize Sophia Neal for growth mindset. Sophia consistently puts in effort to succeed and do her best. She is detail-oriented and enjoys learning new things. Her I can do attitude is going to help her do and be great. Mrs. Mulcahy LaChance would like to recognize Hartley Bourne for growth mindset. Hartley uses any setback that she encounters as a springboard for growth and learning. She shoots for success and doesn't let anything stand in her way. Mrs. Mulcahy LaChance would also like to recognize Paxton Blazier. Oh, Paxton is not here today. We will make sure he gets his award. Mr. Thompson would like to recognize Emily McNally for growth mindset. Emily has done a great job in coding this quarter. Mr. Thompson would also like to recognize Riley Penny for growth mindset. He says Riley has also done a wonderful job in coding this quarter. Ms. Ashley would like to recognize someone who is already up here with us today, Mr. Isaac Oliver for growth mindset. Isaac works hard to debug in coding. He will try many different strategies to solve the coding set. And Ashley would also like to recognize Owen Knapp for growth mindset. Owen excels in coding. He is willing to work through challenging puzzles even when they are complex. Right, nice big round of applause for our special area students.
You guys mind taking 2 steps up?
That's a big group, but that's a good problem to have. Congratulations, everybody. Okay, so our final awards are one of our equally important awards here at school. And that is awards for following the expectations and also being safe on the bus. And this is something that we have been talking a lot about here at school, getting to and home from school safely, and making sure that we're making choices on the bus that keep everybody safe while we're riding. So these students are being recognized by their bus drivers for exceptional behavior on the bus this quarter. So for bus 281, Molly Winchell would like to recognize Kendall Almy. Kendall is very helpful on the bus with younger students. She would also like to recognize Axel Rainey. Axel is very helpful in keeping track of his younger brother on the bus, which is very important. Mrs. Bidwell would like to recognize Kale Conklin Maycumber. She says that Kale is very polite and well-mannered on the school bus. Mrs. Bidwell would also like to recognize Penelope Mitchell. She says Penelope is quiet and well-mannered and respectful on the school bus. Miss Becca would like to recognize Jeremy Rounds. Jeremy is always willing to stop and help on the bus. Mr. Brown would like to recognize Gabriel DeVoe. Gabe is always excited to get on the bus and start his day, and always a pleasure to have on the school bus. Mr. Brown would also like to recognize Paxton Glazier. He's not here. And our final recognition is from Mr. Chuck. He would like to recognize Charlotte Stuckel for her kindness and respect on the school bus. And I know she looks after her younger brother as well. Nice big round of applause. And with that, we have reached the end of our Q2 Black Knight recognition ceremony. So thank you to all of you that braved the cold to come out and join us this morning. Thank you to all of you for being respectful classmates and for applauding respectfully for your classmates that received awards here this morning. At this time, we'll start by dismissing our fifth grade, and then the remaining grade levels can follow. I would just ask that families and parents, if you could stay seated until the kids get out, and then you can make your way out the door that you came in this morning. Thanks again for being here today.
Guys, wait, okay? Wait for everybody.